On today's expose, I literally just learned something, Kevin. You probably already knew this. I don't care. I don't care what you know and you
I
don't
probably
know.
already did.
Care.
I'm excited.
You
Tell
probably
me.
already did.
Tell me.
So X-23, Laura Kinney, she was created by Craig Kyle, and her very first appearance ever was in X-Men Evolution, X-23,
X-Men Evolution!
2003.
Before the comics, the very thing you hate so much, created this character. So everyone who's all about hating on evolution, look what you got to thank for this whole thing.
Because Craig Kyle, who was a writer on the show, said that he wrote X-23 into existence because even though the characters were turned into teenagers to bring in a younger audience, he still felt Wolverine was the old grumpy dude. So he wanted to create a Wolverine-esque character to kind of fill that role of Wolverine for a younger audience. So that's why he made X-23. And then a year later, in 2004, Christopher Yost, who's also a big name in comic books, worked with Craig Kyle. They've collaborated a few times in the comics to bring X-23 into the comics in NYX number 3 in February of 2024. Wow!
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So X-23 is a clone of Wolverine. Her genetic makeup is Wolverine, and I believe her mother's name was also Laura Kinney. I think she was named after her mom, if I remember right. But she looks just like her because she was used as a template. And X-23 was made to be a killing machine. One thing that Craig Kyle said, which was interesting, is he said that that X-23 is kind of like Pinocchio for the X-Men because she is a samurai trying to be a real person. Like, she's a killing machine trying to be a person.
Fun.
She's fun because not only does she have a healing factor, which according to some sources is better than Logan's, she also has 2 claws that come out of her fist, and she has 1 claw that comes out of each foot. So she's a really fun, really cool character. I remember first reading her, she just did not fit in with the other kids because, you know, at the time they were playing video games, she was murdering people. So yeah, she was an outcast for a long time until now she's a regular, and now she's been dating Sync, which I fucking love because I love Sync and I love X-23.
See? And I think I had to think about Dakin too. When did he first appear? I mean, when you get to him yet. Because he's another one that's like kind of like in the Wolverine family. He's actually the biological son, I suppose. But, you know,
he came about in 2007.
Okay. So, but I love how his claws are, he's got the 3, but the 2 in the front and 1 out of the wrist. Which is a little bit different.
So. Well, and I couldn't find anything to prove this, but I kind of feel like X-23 was created from a template that Chris Claremont made for Shadowcat. He wanted her to have claws, and we see her with claws in Age of Apocalypse. She has like makeshift claws. So it's very close to what X-23 is. So I kind of feel like that may have been the inspiration.
Yeah, and they do have a kind of a similar look. They just changed the hairstyle a little bit, and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
I go where I want to go. Jean.
Scott.
Jean?
Scott! I summon the Arctic winds!
No more mutants!
I summon the Arctic winds!
No more mutants!
I summon the Arctic winds!
No more mutants! There's always more gators in the bayou.
Don't get a
Welcome to this week's Solving for X. My name is Shawn. I'm the ultimate excavationist.
And I'm something of an X fan myself, Kevin.
The time has come. We are on the last of the Fox movies for now, because next week, I'm pooping. It's X-Men 97. Kevin, it's here.
Oh my goodness, it's here. Did you hear the news today?
Tell me about it.
Today, Marvel fired Bo DeMeo, the head writer of 97.
Why?
No reason was given. His Instagram was completely deleted. It's very sad because we loved him. I talked to him. He had bonded with a lot of the people in the X fandom. He wrote all the way through season 2 already, and then they just fired him
Wow.
right before
What
the
happened?
launch. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
crazy.
I'm looking forward to hearing more before, like, I don't want to hate on Marvel yet. I want to know, like, what happened, but that seems pretty
Right.
shitty.
Right. I mean, because it was because he's a gay black, writer who was bringing all of those experiences into the show. It was very something that was very important and something that was really valuable, I think, to the series. Even though we didn't see it yet, I imagine all those things were really great for it. So that it's saddens me a lot. So
Yeah, it is sad. I just don't want to, like, have to put my foot in my mouth later if we find out there's, like, a Bryan Singer situation or something
right,
else going
right.
on. But it does seem, right now, with what we know, it seems pretty shitty. And I hope Bo's a good guy. I hope there's no, like, Bryan Singer reason to get rid of him. But
Right.
I also want Marvel to not be a shitty corporation. So, yeah, it's bad all around.
Yeah, I know he had to delete his Twitter because he fought with people that were saying they were mad that he was being, a good person and being representative of characters. I think it was a Sunfire thing. People got on his case and he fought with them, and then that made him delete his Twitter. But this is something different. So this goes totally out of the blue.
Okay. Well, we will keep our ears open so we could talk about it if we get more info.
Right.
In other, a little lighter news, I don't know if you saw, but I got really excited, and I still am not completely sure that it is what it is. They designed X-Men 97 trading cards to look like the old trading cards from the 90s, but I think it's just for posters. I thought there may be packs of trading cards you could actually physically buy and collect, but I think it's just, like, made to look old school for posters, so not as exciting for me. I wanted a whole fucking set of X-Men 97 cards, Kevin.
See? Bring it back!
Right. Do you know how many people would buy that? Because that's what we were all doing when we were young. I still have drawers and books full of X-Men and Star Wars cards in my room right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a bunch too that were just given to me. They were everywhere. You could, any home you went to, they'd be laying around.
Yeah, and I remember I used to walk to different comic book stores after school just so I could buy, like, packs of cards and get all the same shit that I already had plus one new one, usually.
Right. just like Alan's doing with Lorcana.
Oh God, he is insane with this fucking Lorcana. He is a little much. He's a little too much.
Yeah. Moving on.
All right, let's talk Logan. So, before we get there, we asked, who would you have wanted to see as a horseman? Wolverine, Gambit, Caliban, or Polaris? And Kevin, I am happy to report not a single person voted for goddamn fucking Wolverine, and I am
Thank
here
goodness.
for it.
Absolutely.
Right. So then this was actually really close. Gambit got 29% of the votes, Caliban got 33%, and Polaris got 38%. So it was like neck and neck.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. Did you see the way Polaris looked in her horseman outfit?
I did. I was like, wait. I was like, whoa. I had to really do a double take
sick.
with her. Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think they did that so that way you didn't know who it was until it was revealed, and you would never guessed it was her because it's very mannish. It's a big, bulky man thing. The other thing I want to talk about is Chris Claremont just threw his towel in the ring on a topic that has been brought up a lot recently in the past, like 5 to 10 years. A lot of people are saying, why is it still called X-Men? It's not a team of men. A lot of the strongest people on the team are women. Why are they X-Men? So Chris Claremont actually agrees. He said X-Men is a name very much like from the 70s and it should be changed. But like, Alan and I were kind of spitballing this last night. What would you change it to? Any thoughts?
Something with an X in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, it could be like X Team, or unless you made them like one of the other groups, like if you made the main team X Factor or X Force. I don't know. It's a weird thing. They've been called X-Men for 60 years.
I mean, it's X-Men is a brand at this point, and that's why it's so hard to shake, because if you change the name, would people recognize it anymore? You know, would people know?
That's a good point you bring up, because it talked about trademark and how X-Men is trademarked, so it's not as easy just to change, because you'd have to like change all the branding across the board.
Right. So I feel like there's a way to honor that old name and still call yourself something different, but still know where you came from. So if there's a way to bridge that, maybe.
Yeah. And like in language, in the rules of language, if you look at like, not saying this makes it right, but if you look at like Spanish culture, all of the, when it's talking about men and women, it's turned into the man verb, which makes sense for this because altogether they're the X-Men, but I get what people are saying, that it's not really honoring women.
Right. I mean, because you can, like, men, like, sometimes men is just a term for all people, all men on this earth, all people on this earth. But then again, there's the problem in saying that too, because you're excluding. So, but yeah, it is pretty universal if you want to put it, the universal men.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
Yeah, it's an inherent flaw with the history of language that we've decided just to clump everybody into the term men.
Right. Like,
All right. I just thought I'd throw that out there, though. But Logan released March 3rd, 2017. Story by James Mangold, who also did The Wolverine. Screenplay by Scott Frank, James Mangold, and Michael Green. Directed by James Mangold. Do you remember your first impressions of Logan?
Geez, that's a good question. I did see that. I did see this in theaters, but I can't tell you anything about my experience. When I remember liking it, I remember going in there. Because people kind of knew that he would die. I remember this being the rumor. People kind of knew this was his last movie. We had a feeling it would happen. We just didn't know how it would happen. So that this was kind of going in there, like waiting for, like, what will this be like? And I think a lot of people were expecting that Old Man Logan, which I believe there are some parallels and some references, but it's not the same story. So, yeah. So maybe people were expecting that. But I was just going in like, okay, it's Hugh Jackman's last movie. Let's see how it goes. X-23 is in it.
Yeah, I was probably the only person I remember at the time who was a little disappointed, just because everybody automatically loved this movie. And I was like you said, I had read Old Man Logan expecting kind of an Old Man Logan story, which this is very different. There's a few things that are nods to it, but very different. And sometimes with me, I need to watch a movie twice to really appreciate it. Like, one of my favorite movies of all time, I remember not liking it the first time, and that was The Dark Knight. Just because sometimes I think I expect something from a movie, and if I don't get what I expected, then I don't feel satisfied. But if I go and watch it again with no expectations, then sometimes I just go with the ride and I enjoy it more. So
yeah.
That's why I try not to hype up too much for movies anymore and just go with the flow so I don't get that initial disappointment. But I remember Clueless was another one of those. I did not like Clueless at first, and I watched it again, and I love that movie.
See? Yeah, it's fun. Movies are fun like that. Yeah. I felt like that way with Rocky Horror Picture Show. The first time I watched Rocky Horror Picture Show, I'm like, what is this? Like, nothing makes sense in this. I don't understand. But then if I take it for as it is, just a fun, doesn't matter, doesn't have to worry about plot, there's no real sense, just a fun musical. Okay, I enjoy it. So,
yeah. Don't try to find meaning in Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
All right, but a little behind the scenes. I couldn't find too much. You'll probably have a bunch though, because that's how you are, girl.
Me with my information.
I know Brian Singer said in an interview during Apocalypse that Sinister would appear in Logan, which we know he did not. But in January 2017, Mangold did state that the clones in Logan are directly related to clones made by Mr. Sinister's technology. So that was the tie-in.
Yes, because we saw him with the blood of the briefcase, and we see that these people were experimenting with people's blood that they got. There's some DNA of creatures they've got. So that's a result of him.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's all that I had, girl. That's all the background I could find.
Yeah, I don't have much either. I have some stuff like throughout the movie, but not about the making of.
Okay. Well, I know when they were writing the movie, they really based it on a lot of different things. They based it on The Wrestler, Unforgiven, Little Miss Sunshine. So this was written by people who love the comics and love movies in general. So that's why it has, I think, more of a realistic tone, and it's a little more creative and a little more stands on its own than other X-Men movies, because they really put a lot of heart into this, including Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Jackman said he was inspired. This is so random. He was inspired by Jerry Seinfeld to stop being Wolverine.
Interesting.
Yeah, he said he was sitting down having a chat with Jerry Seinfeld. I love how that's so casual for some of these huge stars to be like, "Oh, I was just having a meal with Jerry Seinfeld." And I guess Jerry Seinfeld had said like he stopped doing Seinfeld because he wanted to stop doing it. I forget the exact quote, but it was something like before he hates doing it or before people hate him doing it. Something along those lines. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Shannon Doherty said something like that on the Howard Stern, and she's like, "Don't you think it's good though to stop when you're on a high?" Of course, that was a cover because you knew that she wanted to stay on that show forever. She said now she's like, "I could have stayed on Charm forever," but you know, I think she still agrees with that sentiment, but she didn't want to leave. Definitely didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that sucks. Anyway, all right. Logan wakes up in the back of a limo. There's loud music playing over the sounds of a group of guys stealing the limo's rims. Logan confronts the armed dudes, but they shoot him. Logan heals and unsheaths his claws. He easily dispatches most of the robbers. The survivors drive off. Logan gets into the limo and drives towards El Paso. Logan gets to his hotel room and cleans up, including popping out the bullets. Logan goes back out to drive people around. We find out it's 2029. So apparently, the last we kind of hear about our X-Men is 2004. That's when everything goes to shit.
Yeah. You said popping out bullets. I put pooping out bullets because that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah. I can see that.
The way that they slowly like
yeah,
it was like you're popping a pimple of bullet. Like it was really weird. But these asshole crimers. See, this shows you how far the world has fallen when they just like shoot a guy like that out in the street like nothing. Like death means nothing to these. Crime is probably everywhere. You know, it's a scary kind of almost pre-apocalyptic kind of world.
Well, and what's scary is like we're in 2024. We don't look too far off.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Terrifying. Mm-hmm. 2029.
Yay! Something to look forward to.
Did you see like the ads for like Hypno soft drink and stuff like that?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah. So there's this whole like underlying plot of how things are going on. It's really easy to miss the first time. I missed the first time. But there's this whole plot of the food supply being tampered with in this movie. Did you get that?
Oh. Is that supposed to
So
be like what helped kill out the mutants?
yes. So there's because later I'm gonna jump a little bit, but like it's this high fructose corn syrup that's being made, and they put it in the soft drinks, they put it in the cereals, they put it in all your food, and it is disrupts the spread of the X gene. It's something that like keeps it at bay. So, and that's why if you look, there's a article in the newspaper that Logan looks at that says, lack of mutants being born is stumped, like stumping mutants being born, and so biological mutants are almost so few and far between in this world.
Oh, and is that why later Dr. What's his name says, Dr. Rice says, like, I helped get rid of the mutants or whatever? Because he...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Look
Right.
at you.
And you see how he also says something like, because X-23 is eating all this food, drinking all this soda, it only affects biological mutants, not scientifically created mutants. So it's almost like they're the leading control in all mutation now, these science experiments.
And that's very similar to, some people think that the AIDS pandemic was brought on by the government. So it's very similar.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's underbelly. Even when he's at the family farm, when he goes to stop that leak of the water, he was talking about the corn and everything that they're working with. So it's all this whole plot.
Wow. Yeah, I kept hearing them talk about corn syrup, but I didn't realize like that's what poisoned the mutants.
Yeah. So interesting. Anyway, scene 2. Logan goes to a graveyard. He's confronted by a woman who is asking for help. He tells her to fuck off. Who is this crazy lady? I'm just at this funeral with a gravestone that says Rogers on it, but it's not Steve Rogers. Anyway, he helps some rich people into the limo because he's got a job as a limo driver. Oh, and it's funny because he's so protective of this limo because when he got in this whole fight in the beginning too, he's like, "Don't shoot my car! Oh, please don't shoot my car!" And they got shoot anyway, and that's what made him really mad when his car got shot.
Yeah.
So anyway, the lady drives off with a little girl in her car. Later, Logan is being watched as he walks into an emergency room to pick something up. The man who is watching him gets into the limo. He explains to Logan that he tracked him through the carjacking murders the night before. It's like, oh, some dead, whatever he said, some racist thing on the street. And then Donald Pierce, the man in the car, tells Logan he's trying to track down Gabriella, the lady with the child who is trying to reach Logan. Donald gives Logan a card and bounces.
I'm really sad to say that I think Donald Pierce is very attractive.
He is super attractive. He is a very attractive guy. And what's interesting about him, he's like, Donald Pierce is like a mutant hater, but he was in the Hellfire Club just so he can like kill off the Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
Seedy. It's like super like insidious. Like, but he is super attractive. What's this guy's name? The actor's name? I don't remember.
Let's find out, girl.
But he dated Elizabeth Olsen for a while.
Wow.
Yeah. But Elizabeth Olsen is like, no, you're not good enough for me.
Right. I'm the Scarlet Witch now. I need to do better.
Donald Pierce. You're not even a mutant.
Boyd Holbrook.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Later that day, Logan is talking while driving. He's trying to get a boat so he can get the fuck out of Dodge. He drives through the Mexican border to a squirreled-away little complex. In the complex, Caliban is looking after Xavier. Caliban tells Logan Xavier seems to be doing better. He's trying to use his power again. Logan goes to a separate bunker to check on Charles. He's in an electric chair, wheeling around while talking gibberish, dancing idiotically in the corner. Charles falls out of his chair and has an episode where he loses control and his mind affects Logan and Caliban. Logan sedates him with the meds he bought at the ER. Logan reminds Xavier a new mutant hasn't been born in 25 years. Xavier tells Logan he's a disappointment. Oh shit. That got rural.
I do want to talk about this scene, but I have a note that I forgot to mention in the last scene with Donald Pierce. He says something to Logan that makes me laugh. Because he says, I heard that you were in Phoenix.
Stop it. I see what you did there.
So I bet you Logan, when you heard this, like, what'd you hear?
Oh. It was Mystique, but okay.
So I thought that was a funny little note. I just laughed. All right, so let's see. For this scene, I put Hugh is daddy as fuck. I love him in this. And then I say poor senile Xavier. But you know what's interesting about being him in that water tower thing? It's supposed to be a plur to Cerebro. The holes in there and the way that the light comes in from the top, it's supposed to be like how he's fallen into the state now.
Yeah, something that would like comfort him being in Cerebro.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And go ahead.
I do love Caliban in this. Like, I think he's still a little smarter than Caliban would be, but who's to say, like, this is a Caliban way in the future? But, like, this is more of what he should be, like this tortured, kind of like Phantom of the Opera-esque character who doesn't like the light, who is awkward around people. Like, this is Caliban.
Right. Yeah. Very, very well represented. Very properly represented. I love that Charles mentioned the Statue of Liberty, and he's like, that was a very long time ago. Like, yay, first X-Men movie.
Yay.
And also, this is where we're going back to Days of Future Past thing. Xavier was saying things about Logan, like, you're an animal, you were this and this and this, which means he knows about the erased timeline, probably because he read Logan's mind enough and he saw what he saw.
Oh, wow, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So he has all this gibberish and he has all these crazy memories of timelines that don't exist anymore. Weird, but cool.
Yeah. And this is something that is very believable if you have this power Xavier has, especially if you're reading Logan's mind, that like the timeline's got all fucked up like this.
Yeah.
You would eventually go crazy. Like,
yeah.
I believe this.
And you're getting older, you know, if you're already prone to like a dementia anyway, plus having your power with all these voices and thoughts of people, I mean, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty impressed at how cognizant he still is. You know, that's the strength of his mind when you really think about it. So
I want to know, how much fun did Patrick Stewart have playing this role? Because he just got to be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, really, how cool.
Mm-hmm. And this is, once I thought about it after seeing the movie, and once I really dug into Old Man Logan, a lot of it has to do with Logan working with the Avengers, namely Hawkeye. So I should have realized right away, like, well, obviously they don't have the rights to the Avengers, so they have to keep this within the X-Men world. So using Xavier as kind of the buddy road trip guy was a good idea.
Right. Of anybody that they're still around, it makes sense. It makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
Logan goes to his room to be alone. He's going to masturbate, but not really. He has to pull one of his one of his boner claws. No. He has to pull one of his claws out to extend it fully, and that's because when he had them pop out earlier, one of them didn't go to full completion, and he can't retract them until he gets it back to full length. Otherwise, things could go amok. So, but you can see that he's definitely slower. He's healing a lot slower. Things are taking more of a toll on him. Oh, here. Mm-hmm. His claws and healing factor ain't what she used to be. If I just read. Logan falls asleep to the soothing sound of trains in the distance. That's very important, the trains in the distance. The next day, Caliban is ironing when Logan awakens. Caliban confronts Logan about the meds being low. Caliban also confronts Logan about his suicidal tendencies and that he can't read. We find out Caliban and Logan joined forces about a year ago. Caliban has noticed Logan's declining state. Logan gets mad and leaves. He drives away in the limo. Yeah, he's like, this is ibuprofen. You didn't even get the right stuff. Or whatever.
One thing I love here is how much they've written Logan and Caliban to be like a domestic couple. Like I know
Sure.
they're not, but they fit into those roles. Like Caliban's ironing, he cooks the food, and Logan goes out and works. And not to say,
Yep.
I like that these roles are not shown as like, if the Caliban character was a woman, it would have been a problem. But the fact that they're two men, it shows that anybody can fill these roles. Like not necessarily every house needs these two types of roles, but it's nice to see that these roles can be filled by different sexes. It doesn't have to be man and woman.
Yeah. I mean, really, if you just have a roommate, I mean, it happens all the time with roommate situations too. You know, there's somebody that's always going to be better at keeping the house in order, and somebody that's better at just gallivanting around. It's just a kind of personality type, not a really.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know.
Mm-hmm. So that was cool. And then I thought I was going to say something else. What was it? Oh, James Mangold did say he wrote Wolverine like this on purpose because we talk about it later, but with Wolverine's declining health, with his healing factor not being what it is, having a full fucking metal skeleton, like there's metal poisoning in his blood, like he is in a lot of pain. So he's using the alcohol to mask the pain.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and this is kind of like a rock bottom movie. After everything he's seen, everything he's been through, getting older, you know, he's fighting not much to live for anymore. Anyway, there's no mutants. A lot of his friends are gone. He's just getting by one day at a time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, true. I think the one thing that I kind of missed from Old Man Logan, we'll talk about it more later, but Wolverine did something in his past where he doesn't want to ever pop his claws again. So I think I kind of might have wanted to see that a little bit more in the movie to show him fighting, even wanting to be Wolverine at all. But they made it work for what their story is.
Okay.
I guess it wouldn't have been as exciting if he wasn't popping his claws left and right.
Right. I mean, that's what people have come to expect from a Wolverine movie, you know?
Yeah. And it makes more sense for Old Man Logan as to why he doesn't want to pop them as opposed to this movie. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
All right. Later that night, Logan is carting around the worst enemy, drunk straight girls. He returns to his hotel. Hey, driver, look at this. Driver. Well, and it was an interesting contrast to see in the first scene Wolverine is shot, but yet in this world, there's still, people living life, like going about doing their parties and having fun.
Oh my gosh. And you see it too there was one, and this was a very direct commentary on the state of the world because this was right after the 2016 election. But they have those guys like out of the sunroof going, USA, USA. And that was definitely based because of the Trump stuff.
Yeah. Ugh.
So
I know I saw so much of the template of Trump supporters in this movie. Like the Reavers are just Trump supporters.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. In my opinion, I think the people who like celebrate USA the most are celebrating it for the wrong reasons. Like I love the USA, but I'm not celebrating because we want to be a backwaters, like ancient country. No, we're moving forward. We're making things happen. Like let's keep on that.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
Not to get political, but that's what we have to in today's age. It's like very much you're either on the right side or not.
Yeah, exactly. He returns to his hotel to find the young girl from the car there. She's playing ball by herself. Logan gets out of the limo and is confronted by Gabriela Lopez. She offers Logan $50,000 to take her and Laura to Canada. Gabriela falls over. Her arm is bloody. She tells him she's a nurse from Mexico City and certain people are after her. Gabriella gives Logan $20,000 in cash and offers $30,000 more when they get to their destination. She tells him her boyfriend is trying to kill her and take Laura. She begs Logan to at least get them to North Dakota. I just realized that too. So she's talking about Pierce, huh? Pierce was her boyfriend? Wow.
But she could have just been making that up too, just so that she had a story.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Because Pierce was responsible for bringing a lot of those mutants, or those. Well, they were raised there, but like he was responsible for a lot of what happened there, and she knows that he was hunting her, so she needed a story that he would get him on board. So yeah, she's my daughter, he's my boyfriend, daughter, boyfriend. Quotation marks.
Yeah, it's easier to come up with that than somebody I used to work with at a facility where we were cloning kids to have mutant powers is after me.
See, exactly. Yeah. She didn't have a lot of time to be explaining.
Nope. Kevin.
What?
We have our first cameo.
Ooh, cameo.
Come out, wherever you are.
Don't worry about us, Dingo. We'll make sure we can.
Cameo.
X-Men comic.
Comic book. There are several in this.
Yeah, so I love this whole idea that like the X-Men comics in this world have been written as kind of like adapted truths of what the X-Men have done in the past, or it could even be that they've expanded and just created their own stories based on the real X-Men in this world.
Right. Although there is a rumor, or there's a theory, that these comics were actually written by Deadpool now and has been like put in there, so I don't know. We'll see how it turns out, but wouldn't that be funny?
That'd be funny. Like, and I feel like I want that to be true, but then the other part of me that's like, these are family friendly movies which never go too deep. I'm like, I don't know, would they be able to explain that to general audiences?
I don't know. Family friendly movies with really the bloodiness.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah. Logan returns to the dilapidated farm.
I don't know why I love that word so much.
Dilapidated manor. Dilapidated school. It's good. He spends time with Xavier while he tends to his plants. I know, I put my note. Charles is a plant dad. How cute.
Aww.
Logan tells Xavier he is going to do one last driving gig, and then they can buy their boat and leave. Caliban comes in with food. Logan tells them he'll be back in a few days. Logan goes to pick up Gabriella and Laura, but their hotel door is open. Oh no! Gabriella is dead and her room is ransacked. But then he looks and he finds her phone and says, "Hurry, they're coming," and she never actually got to send it. But she had enough time to hide the phone, too. So she put it in "hurry," and then she hears them, and then she put it in there. Mm-hmm. That made me sad because she was such a do-gooder, such a good person. Yeah. This movie makes me sad a lot with all the good people that died.
There's a lot of sad things, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first of many sadness, and Logan heads back home to the farm. Logan goes inside, leaving Caliban at the limo. The trunk is now open. Caliban finds Laura's bag and ball. The ball. It's like a super ball. I love it. Just then an SUV shows up. Donald Pierce exits the vehicle. Pierce knows Logan is hiding Xavier. What do you call him? The cue ball or whatever?
Yeah.
Pierce is here for Laura. Laura starts throwing shit and knocks out Donald.
This was such a random scene. They just had to get rid of Pierce somehow quick.
Yeah, just he's out of the way for now.
Yeah. Xavier comes out of hiding. He introduces Laura to Logan. This is the child they've been waiting for. This is Laura, the child they've been waiting for. I said it twice, apparently, because it's important. Laura takes her shit from Logan and follows Xavier into the collapsed water tower. Caliban and Logan take Pierce's weapons off of him and bounce. They go inside to find Xavier feeding Laura. Xavier tells Logan Gabriella wasn't Laura's mother. He tells Logan Laura is a mutant and she needs help. Logan doesn't give a shit. He's trying to get them on the road. Like, we gotta buy her boat, sir. I gotta take this bitch to where she needs to go.
Honey Badger don't give a shit.
Honey Badger. Oh. Did you say that on purpose because you know about Laura's clone?
No, I just thought about Honey Badger. But what
Laura
about Laura's
has a clone named Honey Badger.
Really?
Yes.
That is even funnier.
They did a story where they found out that there were other Laura clones, and most of them like died, but Honey Badger survived, and it turned out she has a healing factor, which not all of them did. So now she's like a recurring character in X-Men 2.
Oh, how funny is that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like all the cars aligned just there.
Yep. Get out of my head, Charles.
Get out of my head. All right. Meanwhile, Caliban drives Pierce into the desert and leaves him for dead. And I was so mad at this. I'm like, really, Logan? You know you're gonna set him up to do. You know this Donald Pierce guy means business. You're gonna set him up, Caliban, up for this. I was so mad. I'm like, you know this isn't gonna end well.
Yeah, this was bad choices.
Yeah. As he prepares to leave, Pierce wakes up and holds Caliban at gunpoint as reinforcements arrive. Logan sees them from their shelter. He preps Xavier to leave by shoving him into the limo. Logan is about to leave Laura, but Xavier's like, "We can't leave Laura. No, she's a mutant. I haven't seen a mutant in 25 years. I love her." And then, but he's boxed in by the Reavers. Xavier begs Logan to go back for Laura. Pierce the police and the Reavers hold. I love her. Yeah. The police and the Reavers hold Logan and Xavier at gunpoint. Pierce sends his men in to find Laura. She's eating cereal and watching them on the monitor, and she's just like, "I see you. I see you."
Yeah. She's so cool. I really like Laura as a character and in this movie.
Yeah. And I don't know if you caught this, but it's pretty evident. If you look at the file that they show later on, they say that she has the mind of like a 6 or 7 year old, even though she's older, because the way that they've kept her so isolated and things like that. And so she's actively learning about all these new experiences that she's getting. So she learns from the movie, she learns from these mannequins, she learns from all these things, and that's what's helping her, contemplate the world and figure out how she fits into it.
Nice. Laura is not happy to be interrupted while eating cereal. So a lot of these scenes were really long, so I split up a lot of them just to make it easier. She keeps eating as she watches the men surround her out of the corner of her eye. From outside, Pierce and his men hear men screaming. Laura casually walks out of the compound, holding a head. Pierce tries to calm Laura as she sprouts claws and easily dispatches the men. This actress, I just forgot her name, but she is intense when she fights. She's screaming, she's howling. Like, get it, mama.
I mean, yeah, and she recently she did one project before this, a movie that I forgot what it was. And then she just she went with it. I forget her name now. What's her name?
Daphne Keane.
Thank you.
And she was also Lyra Silvertongue in His Dark Materials, one of the best book series ever. Oh.
And mind you, she hasn't even said any dialogue. This is just her being raw, being, instinctual. She does so much of this movie without saying a word, and it's beautiful. Beautifully acted.
Yeah. And this scene, Laura is shot with a harpoon and taken down. Like, we just watched a little girl get harpooned through the chest. Like, this movie's brutal.
Right.
Logan saves her. 2 men grab her, and Logan is surprised to see she also has foot claws. Laura continues to fight as Logan pulls the car around to save her. They get away with Xavier intact. Xavier.
Well, the thing is, I don't even think at this point that Logan was even going back for her. I think he's just like, I'm going to drive off, and she just kind of tackled the car and went in.
I feel I would say he went back for her only because I think, if I remember right, I feel like he was driving away and he turns the car around
Oh, okay. Well, that's
just
good.
for her. Yeah, he doesn't really like stop for her, but I think he wants to give her a chance to like, all right, fine, you can
Okay.
fucking come along.
Okay. That seems likely. Okay.
One thing that I find kind of funny is, I mean, I don't know this for sure, but I remember I did a tour in London once with my sister and like a class, and we were going to a lot of like places where theater was performed.
Yeah.
And at one place, the guide was telling us that Patrick Stewart stayed there for a time. I think he was in, I want to say he was either in Macbeth or Hamlet. I forget which one. I think Hamlet. And she said, my God, this man would drink so much. I don't know how he went on stage right after drinking that much and performing Shakespeare perfectly. So it makes me wonder, like, is this just Patrick Stewart, like, unhinged in this movie? Like, drunk and unhinged?
This is very much probably like him. I can imagine that. And he's spouting like Shakespeare quotes. He is a Shakespeare actor. He was on Sesame Street going to "Are you a bee or not a bee?" or whatever to like the letter B. So very fun stuff. Yeah, it's good. I love it. I love Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, I really have a lot of respect for, like, the Patrick Stewarts and the Ian McKellens who can do Shakespeare. They can do serious movies, but they still know, like, I want to have fun. I want a fan base. So I'm going to do the Star Treks, and I'm going to do the Lord of the Rings, and I'm going to do the X-Men just to really get that nerd group, too. Well-rounded.
Yeah. Yeah. Pierce orders his men to follow them. He preps the machine gun. Logan smartly tries to drive through a fence and gets stuck long enough for the Reavers to catch up to him. He drives in reverse and uses the fence as a weapon. And people are like,
Offensively.
offensively. It's like whack, whack, whack. Grabbing on the fence. Psh, psh, psh. Okay. But to me, it looked very difficult to drive in, and I would not want to do that. But yes. Logan decides to drive through a gate this time and escapes the farm. He sees an approaching train and decides, a train? That's why we had those trains earlier, see? And he decides to use it as a barrier. He narrowly jumps the car over the track in front of the train, losing the Reavers because they can't pass the train. Pierce demands for his men to bring him the tracker. Ooh.
How great is this that we're using Caliban for what his power actually is in this movie?
I know, right? Don't go to Psylocke for this information.
Yeah. Like, go to the person who actually has this power.
I love the flippy swipes of X-23. I had that note. That's all I got. Okay.
Swipes.
Yeah.
Oh, and I do want to remind everybody. So James Mangold, I know we talked about this on, I think, The Wolverine, but James Mangold said when he was developing this, he had no idea that they were already using Caliban in X-Men Apocalypse. There was nobody overseeing the whole project, nobody to tell him, like, hey, we're also using him. So, I mean, it works because this happens, like 30 years later. Or no, longer than that, 40 years later after X-Men Apocalypse. So Caliban would be different and older, but I don't know. I think he's probably not old enough in this.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Now, happily on their way, Logan demands Laura to tell him who she is. Xavier knows. Back at the farm, the Reavers bring in Caliban, who is badly shaken. Pierce tells Caliban he remembers him. Caliban used to help round up a bunch of mutants when Pierce was young. Now he wants Caliban to track Laura. Caliban refuses, but Pierce tortures Caliban with sunlight. So yeah, so if I heard right, so Caliban was kind of a traitor to mutants in his day. Is that right?
Right. But who knows if he was doing it just because he felt like being a douche, or if he was threatened in some way. Maybe it was a way of livelihood. He could have been doing it for. And maybe he didn't know what they were doing with them. Maybe they just like, here, we'll pay you to tell us where this mutant is. La di da di da. We don't know how much he knew or how involved he was, but he was definitely used.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting because we have both Logan and Caliban brought together because they're not happy with their past and they just want to like get away from the world and just basically live out their life in peace.
right. There's so little peace left in this world. I'm trying to think that almost everybody in there in this world is having a really tough time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would hate to be living in 2029. Oh wait, I will be
In 5 years.
Hopefully. Well, I mean, hopefully I still am.
Yeah.
But
and we'll still be podcasting.
yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, this show will be on for sure. We got lots more to cover.
Yeah.
All right. Now stopped on the side of the road. Rogue. I said rogue.
You did.
Now stopped on the side of the road, Logan and Xavier watched the video Gabriella wanted him to see. Although it's funny because she must have had a really good editing software on her phone because she's got like, here's some footage I took. Here's me in the hotel talking to you. It's like this whole video that she put together.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But she's like, hey, this is why she got killed. She took too long to edit her video. She shows him a research facility where they were experimenting on kids. Logan sees Pierce in the video and gets angry. He sees the man in charge of the experiments telling the nurses to not think of the children as people. They are things. They are test subjects. The phone abruptly dies before they can finish the video. It says battery 1% or whatever. Xavier tells Logan Laura is his daughter, cloned from him at Alkali Lake. And yeah, I told you before that she's a female. That's why she has her foot claws, because they're defensively. Not with the fence, but anyway. Logan gets mad and goes to buy Laura one more ride on the pony as he helps Xavier pee. Laura goes on a shopping spree, but with no money. She's about to stab the attendant when Logan stops her and steals even more shit. I know. I put this on my notes. Like, you just got $20,000 in cash. You can't give this poor little gas station clerk some money. Like, come on.
I know, and I found the gas station clerk like so cute with his little like bleached hair and his little like emo look. I was like, be nice to him.
He was so cute. And he was nice to Laura. He's like, you know, you have to pay for that. We're your parents. You know, he's not like getting it all up on her case. He's just saying, this is how the world works, you know? And she's like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, okay, relax, child. Like this guy's nice. He's not one of the bad ones.
Speaking of the bad ones, though, did you recognize Dr. Rice?
He looked very familiar to me. I think wasn't he a Loki?
Yes, this is Richard E. Grant. He was one of the Loki variants, but you will know him mostly as the manager for the Spice Girls in Spice World.
Oh my goodness! I was just talking about Spice World today at work.
It was meant to be.
Talking about how like we don't remember it, but we loved it so much. Yeah, because there's a coworker that sits at the call center with me, and we jam out the Spice Girls. We're like, we live in our 90s fantasy. And she's like, oh, I want to watch Spice World again. I'm like, I know. All I remember is like the boot camp montage. And and I start talking about Josie and the Pussycats and all this stuff. But yes, I want to watch Spice World again really bad. I think I'm going to buy it because I missed that. I watched it so many times that summer.
I'm a little ashamed you don't already own
90s
it.
moment.
90s moment.
I know.
Man.
You've got mail. 90s moments.
No, it's I haven't seen it in so long. And I was just listening to the Spice Girls album yesterday at the gym too, so it's like weird.
Nice. I was trying to think. I just saw him in something. I think it was Argyle. He was in that.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I always notice him because of Spice Girls, so I get excited when I see him. But that makes him a double Marvel because he was Loki and Dr. Rice.
Did you know that the real manager of the Spice Girls was fired, and then he made S Club 7?
Really?
Yeah, that's the whole reason S Club 7 exists, because the Spice Girls fired him.
So the S stands for Spice.
Maybe they're the
Maybe.
same people that wrote their songs wrote both Spice Girl songs and S Club 7 songs.
Wow. Okay. The more you know.
Yeah, yeah. I learned that today in my Google searching at work.
Wow. I'm excited. I'm going to tell Alan that when he gets home. That's some good intel.
Yeah.
All right. Later that night, Logan wakes up in the limo. A lot of waking up in the limo. He finishes the video now that it is charged. The video shows children being groomed for fighting. Gabriella shows that they are working on X-24, something even more dangerous than the children. I wonder what it could be. She shares that her and some other vigilantes are working on freeing as many kids as possible to take them up north to a place called Eden. She admits in the video Laura is not her child, and she has no more money for Logan. She begs Logan to protect Laura.
Yeah, I love that she says something like, I am a nurse. She is not my daughter. I love her. And then something like, she is your daughter. Take care of her. Something similar to that. It was a really good poetic turn of phrase. So I really liked that. And it's really sad because it's like here they made these children, raised them completely in captivity lab things, and now they're obsolete, so destroy them. Like they're just nothing but tools to them.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's terrible.
Yeah, yeah, and it goes to show. Like I think there's a commentary on here too that children are always looking for the good in the world, for the good in people they see. They don't judge. They don't have this hate. I mean, these were raised as soldiers, so they do have that killer instinct in them because they were conditioned that way. But at the end of it all, they do have hearts, and they want to grow. They want to explore. They want to have a camaraderie and kinship with people. And it's the adults that kind of instill that or have more of those feelings of darkness in them.
Yeah.
Because they're so jaded by the world.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I just looked this up. I remember. Okay. So Sarah Kinney is the name of Laura's mom. Sarah. So she took the last name, but
okay.
Laura is an original first
Sarah.
name. Sarah. And Dr. Xander Rice was the one who helped create her. And the reason why Laura had to be a female is they were unable to salvage the Y chromosome from Logan's blood. So they had to mix it with another X chromosome. So that's why Sarah Kinney volunteered. There you go.
Okay.
I can have interesting stuff
The
to
more
say
you
too.
know. Well, good. We so teach the peoples on this podcast. I feel like a really great resource. It's so nice.
We do.
As Logan drives through the night, Xavier and Laura wake up. They're driving through Oklahoma City. Logan takes them to a hotel. The trio buys some clothes and then go to their room. And this is where, take note of this, Laura sees the mannequins. She sees like the father figure and the daughter figure, and they're holding hands, and she mentally notes that. Alone in the room, Logan goes through Laura's backpack. He finds documents proving that she is his clone. He also finds X-Men comics. Logan tells Laura the X-Men comics are fake. Who wrote these? Deadpool. Not Deadpool. No. Somebody doesn't know what they're talking about.
So I had no idea Oklahoma City was like a mini Vegas. Like I just thought they were in Vegas.
Oh yeah, I mean it's very all those kind of states. like those weird. Where is Oklahoma? Is it more south? Maybe.
I think it's like middle.
But I think like, yeah, I forget. See, me and my geography. I'm a bad American, but I always feel like there are little spots in Texas that are like that. There's all these little pockets of the states that have those feelings.
Oh, you're right. It's like just north of Texas.
Yeah, it's around that area, so it makes sense.
Okay. But yeah, like how sad that Logan like yells at Laura that the X-Men comics are fake, you stupid little bitch.
But yeah, and here we see. Is this where he's looking? Does he look through the papers yet? Oh, yeah, he does. He looked through her files, and we see some of the other students. It's not students. The other experiments.
Test subjects, yeah. Meanwhile, Pierce and his good old boys pull up at the gas station Laura attacked the attendant at. They use Caliban to track Laura. Oh, how weird that I called them good old boys. I wonder why.
Oh. Good old boys. Logan goes out on his own to meet up with some shady people. He gives them the limo and goes out to buy a new car. Well, a new car! There you go. Come on down! While the car is getting new tires, he goes to drink. While drinking, he reads a comic where the X-Men end up at Eden. He thinks it's a fake place, but it's real because they go there. He realizes
Spoiler
the
alert.
comic gives the coordinates to Eden. Oh my goodness. Logan goes back to the hotel and finds people looking for him. Just then, Charles's power flares, knocking people off of their feet. We missed the little TV moment in the room last scene where Charles was watching the movie with Laura.
Oh yeah, the Western.
The Western film. Because X-23 was very honed in on it. She was watching it. She was interested in it. And I almost wonder if Patrick Stewart was like retelling one of his own childhood tales, because it seems like something he could live in. And you know, it's about like, you know, the little boy talking to the man, and it's like, oh, I'm so sad. Oh no. So, but yeah, that's a nice little moment. Anyway, but now they're back and everyone's like going crazy. He's having one of his seizures. The little, what do you call it? Tremors are happening. Everyone's kind of slow motion frozen. And this, I like this too, because it kind of shows you how he could freeze in the earlier movies when he's more controlled, how he can like freeze people. And like, oh yes, oh he's safe. It's a callback.
I was thinking the same thing. He was probably trying to use his power that way, but he doesn't have control, so he's just fucking everybody's mind up.
Yeah, right. Logan struggles to find his way to his room. And because of their healing factor, they're a little bit more able to navigate through it. That's why X-23 can move a little bit faster too. So that's fun to note. Anyway, the Reavers are already there. They're the cause of Charles's outbreak, a defense mechanism of sorts. Logan kills all the men and saves Charles. Laura finishes off the last goon. Like she throws the shot to Logan to give it to Charles, but yeah, all the people, and it's crazy too because you can see one of the guys like start to look at him as he's about to kill him. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
insane. So
yeah, I remember thinking at first, like, why are they just standing there? Like, do something, but they were actually like frozen for the most part.
Yeah. We saw Sauron on one of those comic books too, which was fun.
I know. I want to know, did Sauron happen within the live action universe, or was he made up for the comics then?
I know. Oh.
In their van, Pierce and Caliban also slowly recover from the attack. Logan rushes Xavier and Laura to his new truck to make their getaway. I swear he was looking at a car when he was buying a vehicle, but he shows up in a truck, so I was a little confused. Maybe I got that wrong. Pierce
must be country.
Yeah. Pierce watches as they leave. On the road, Logan chastises Charles for losing control. Mom and Dad start fighting in front of Laura. Xavier tells everyone that Laura's foot claws are based on her gender. So apparently, like, it's based on lionesses being like the fighters, and they have like their little toe claws. So that was cool. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Just then, Final
Yeah, he says
Destination
the
happened.
front claws are for offense. Yeah, he says the front claws are for offense for attacking, and the back claws are for defense. And you notice that that's exactly how Laura fights.
Yeah, yeah, that was really cool. I like that James Mangold and the writers like took inspiration from lions and like wrote that in.
Yeah.
Just then, Final Destination happens and a big rig accidentally runs people off the road. The horses break free of a horse carriage. Xavier insists they help wrangle them. He uses his power to calm the horses and bring them in. Logan helps push their truck free. Xavier accepts an invitation to a free meal. And this is where we find out that in 2004, there was an incident at Westchester incident over a year ago that took the lives of at least 7 X-Men.
Right, it was on the radio on the thing. So so Charles's power has killed some of his based on this thing. It imploded probably people on his team. Probably a Cyclops, maybe I'm sure some of them escaped, but not all of them. So
I'm wondering, like, it had to have gotten Jean, and it had to have gotten her unaware, because the fact that Jean's not in this, and Jean would be the only one to be able to help him, like, it had to have gotten her.
Mm-hmm. Right. Interesting. And also those things that broke the carriage off the road. It's because they have these self-driving vehicles.
Yeah.
All these little crates and stuff. They're not being driven by anybody. They're just like, and this is crazy because we'd have these self-driving cars now, and they don't stop for nothing. This is so these self-driving vehicles are just like going. Whoever's ever in the road, don't mind me. I'm gonna crash over you. So that's terrifying.
Yeah, I thought that too. Yeah, we already have self-driving vehicles in San Francisco at this moment who will pick people up and drive them places.
Yeah, I'm so scared of that stuff because I don't know. Just wait till the Terminator gets infected to that thing, and then it's all gone. We're goners.
Very scary, and
Anyway.
it also eliminates more jobs.
I know. Great. We don't want people to do anything.
Nope.
Elsewhere on the road, Pierce is still hot on Logan's trail. They find the site where the horses got free. Dr. Rice makes a visit to Caliban. He lets Caliban know that they are aware that Caliban is purposely letting Logan stay ahead. Dr. Rice fishes for info from Caliban, but Caliban resists.
We should have taken a shot every time you said Caliban in that little segment.
There's a lot in there, yeah.
Yeah. At the Nice family's home, Logan, Laura, and Xavier sit down to sup. Xavier and Logan reminisce on the Xavier school and start having an actual good time with the family. Outside, the Reavers find the house and slowly drive up. Logan takes Xavier to the bathroom to tell him how bad of a plan it is to stay. Suddenly, the water stops working. The pump station is 1.5 miles away. Logan volunteers to go check on it. After taking Xavier to his room, Xavier pushes for them to go to Eden. Logan insists Eden came from a comic book. Logan leaves.
Yeah. See, and like, why would you, people are after you. Why would you stay here? Like, I don't care. I would have just kept driving. Because really.
Yeah. I was more with Logan
mad.
too because
I was mad that.
Yeah, they're putting everybody in danger.
Yeah. So. Ugh. All right, next scene. Logan goes out with Daddy Nice Guy to check on the pump station. Yeah, and this is where he talks about the cornfields again and stuff like that. La-di-da-di-da. The two men fix the water and start chatting. Just then, a car pulls up. It's the local good old boys. Some country farmer, redneck, Nazi Republicans. And Logan easily dispatches the dickheads and they drive off. So that's one thing that I like that he got to stay. I'm like, yeah, this was a really satisfying moment to see. He's like, he's like, I see you got some missile. And he's like, what's it to you? Don't you shoot that gun at me. Psh, get out of here now. And then, I love it. While they're away, Laura goes to talk to Sun Nice Guy. They bond over trophies and music. And he's like, you like the music? You can have it. I'll get it for you in the morning. Do. Laura is given the music player. She takes it and listens while laying at the foot of Xavier's bed.
Like a dog.
She's so curious and cute. She walks in there. She's just like, let me look around. Ooh, what's this? He's like, and he's such a nice guy because any other teenager would be like, dude, get out of my shit. But he's just like, oh, you're curious. I can tell you about that. And he's super nice. I mean, he was clearly listening to the music that he wanted to listen to, but he gave it to her as a nice gesture. Like, he was raised right, this boy. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it makes it all that much worse for what is about to happen.
I know. They really want you to feel sad here.
Yeah. So let's see. I know they didn't really say their names, but the dad is Will Munson, Eric Lasai. The mom is Catherine Munson, Elise Neal, and the son is Nate Munson, Quincy Faust.
And the wife, the mom, I love her because she's from Scream 2. She was Sydney's college friend in Scream 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I recognized her right away when I first saw that. That was one of the first things when I saw this in theater. I'm like, it's the girl from Scream 2. Of course, she gets killed in that too, but whatever.
That says a lot that I recognize the manager from Spice World, and you recognize the friend from Scream 2. Mm-hmm. Later that night, Logan and Daddy Nice Guy return. Xavier is lying awake in bed. Xavier stops Logan from waking Laura. Let her sleep another hour. Xavier, another bad choice, Xavier. Xavier tells Logan this is the most perfect night he's had in a long time. He admits to Logan he remembers how the X-Men died. It was him! Logan listens patiently until he puts a fist on Xavier and pops his claws, killing Xavier. Laura attacks Logan. Son Nice Guy also comes to the rescue, but he gets stabbed. Logan is a clone. Clogan takes Laura. He kills the rest of the family before Logan comes running in. You like that, Clogan?
I do.
He watches Laura get carried out, but goes to check on Charles instead. So yeah, the family has all just been killed.
Sadness is happening.
Yes.
The sadness. All of the sadness. We have Xavier here first. Because he says, this is the most perfect night I had. I don't deserve this perfect night after all that I've done. He has this whole realization. He starts to actually feel for Logan's trauma too and addresses that. He's being so vulnerable right now. And the real Logan doesn't even get to hear it, which is even sadder.
Yeah. True.
So, so stupid X-24 over here. And this poor family, my heart breaks. I remember being in the theater just angry and just so mad. I'm like, okay, I don't want to watch this movie anymore. But I guess it does its job.
Yeah, and I think the only good thing here is at least the whole family dies, because I think it would be even more sad for me if like only one of them survived, having to live with that.
One of them lived, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, that's true.
I am also mad because Clogan is so sexy with his cropped hair and better looking, not aged Logan.
Well, they had a completely different guy play him, and they just computer put Hugh Jackman's face on him.
Oh, how weird. Okay.
Yeah, they had this whole so they had a whole different guy. That's why his arms are completely different. If you look at Hugh Jackman and the guy, his arms are completely bigger. They're different. It's a completely different person. They just they did digital effects and morphed his head and superimposed Hugh's face on him. And added yellow
They did
contacts to
good
make
work.
him more animally.
Yeah,
They did.
because I couldn't tell.
And there are times where you can see him. Yeah, and there are times where he seems more maybe robotic or I don't know, stiff. But I think it works for what he is. He's an experiment, so it makes sense that would be the case. So
Yeah.
all right, me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as X-24, Hulk Hogan makes his way to the Pierce Mobile. A truck pulls up. It's the good old boys from the pump station. Logan sneaks Xavier into the back of the truck. The good old boys see Hulk Hogan and try to reason with him. They shoot Hulk Hogan and he rips them to shreds. Meanwhile, Xavier dies in the back of the pickup. Logan goes to fight for Laura. Caliban sneaks a grenade and blows up the Pierce Mobile. Logan and Hulk Hogan enter the Mortal Kombat. Dr. Rice gets a full-on chubby as he watches them fight. Daddy Nice Guy drives a truck into Hulk Hogan and traps him. Next, he pulls the gun on Logan because if he's a bad guy, you're a bad guy, you're both dead to me. But it's empty. He falls down and dies from exhaustion. Logan goes to help Laura. He puts her in the truck and drives off. Ugh.
Damn. And everything in the movie goes awry right here. Everybody dies.
Yeah. And I love Logan just because he gets the gun pulled on him and he just stands there and stares at him like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. I have nothing. So if you're gonna shoot me. And it's oh yeah.
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 I don't know. I had a memory, a wrong one. I thought that Logan had one bone claws in this because of what happened in the Wolverine, but he doesn't. So at some point he got his adamantium back.
No. Right.
The next day at the Nice Guy house, Dr. Rice and his men free X-24. Dr. Rice injects Logan with something to help him heal and make him stronger. So this makes me think it's the mutant growth hormone, which they focused on a lot in Ultimate X-Men. One of the storylines that really was interesting to me is it turned out Colossus could turn to metal, of course, but everybody just assumed since he can turn to metal, he's also strong, but he's not. So he was secretly taking mutant growth hormone to make himself strong so that that way he could lift his arms when he's in metal form.
Oh my gosh, this is totally steroids.
Yeah. Yeah. It's steroids. It helps pump up the mutant power, but it also can hurt you, like if you take it for long periods or too much, like any other drug.
Yeah. Okay. So, in the truck, Logan is hurt bad and coughing. Logan pulls over and finds a place to bury Xavier. Oh, and I love he has this whole shovel fight with the truck. Laura takes Logan's hand and shows him compassion over Xavier's tomb. Logan pulls away and gets back in the truck, but it won't start. Logan starts beating the truck with the shovel. There it is. Making Laura wonder what the fuck she's doing here with him. She's like, solid, I get it. I do that too.
Yeah. And well, we have this moment where she looks over at a dad and his son with another truck of the same color. So it's very much like, this is what we should be. This is what a parent and child look like. And then she looks over at Logan and
right.
Fuck, this is what I have.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I think that and still she hasn't said a word yet in this movie, but the way they've written her and the way they've characterized her, She says so much without saying anything. I love that.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Mhm. Logan wakes up in a hospital bed with cute little blimpies over his head. The doctor's excited to get to meet and work on a mutant. The doc tells Logan he is being poisoned from the inside. He would like to run more tests. Logan refuses and leaves. Laura takes the keys and leads them to a new truck for them to borrow, quotey face. Logan thanks Laura for saving him. Laura says, De nada. Logan gets pissed that she could speak this whole fucking time. Laura starts spouting out names and demands once again for Logan to take her to Eden. Laura pulls out a map and demands Logan to take her to North Dakota. Laura punches him until he complies. Logan starts the truck and they head out.
Yeah, it's like North Dakota, por favor.
Yeah.
Jonah,
So-
Gideon, Rebecca, Delilah.
They also, I think, wrote her perfectly because Logan and Laura are perfect in this for the fact that the Logan we know from the X-Men movies would not take shit from this little girl. But broken down, I've seen it all, Logan. It's like, fine, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'll do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
He's like, just fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I'm too old for this shit kind of thing. Like whatever.
Yeah. And Laura's very much the like young Wolverine that he used to be. Like he would get his way, like she is.
Yeah. Yep. But that sweet doctor, oh my gosh, he was so nice.
I know. And I think
I
that's
wish
a
he was
good
my doctor.
reminder. Yeah, I know. It's a good reminder that just because some group of people are hated, like in this case mutants, it doesn't mean everybody hates you. Like there are people out there who are sympathetic. So don't lose that hope.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Meanwhile, Dr. Rice is leading a group of other doctors, there's so many doctors now, in treating patients in a school baseball court. He reveals Caliban's body and demands they take tracking genes from Caliban. Yeah, he's like, take that one. He was a good tracker and he has a high IQ. Like, okay. Rude. Pierce is in one of the tents treating himself. He pulls out a pic of Laura from evidence and reads the names on the back. Delilah, Richter, Bobby, Rebecca, Laura, and Charlotte. He also sees the coordinates. I have some information about some of these people.
Tell me. It's probably the same stuff I found.
Okay, well, then we can wait. Or at least when I say it now. See if they match.
No, tell me.
I don't know.
Tell me.
Okay, I have Richter. I forget the actual character name, but he was used Avalanche's DNA. He was made from the Avalanche's DNA.
Mm-hmm.
The Bobby was the black kid. He had Bolt's DNA, who we saw in Wolverine Origins. Some people I don't know. They have Gideon, which is like Lizard Boy. He's the one. Well, some of these we see later when we get to the thing. But the Jonah is the puppeteer guy, and Rebecca's an empath, and Delilah has ice breath. So I'm wondering if
Iceman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I was wondering if she's Iceman. I was wondering if the lizardy guy may be Anul from X3,
Anul,
who's like
yeah.
very lizardy.
Yeah.
What I'll say about these characters is like Richter, for example. This is not at all anywhere near what Richter's backstory is, but I appreciate that
No.
the way they wrote him in fits within the X-Men universe. Like, I like that they're honoring different people within the X universe's past, which is really cool. Like, this is a good example of making a smart choice that makes sense for this world, unlike we've seen in other movies.
Yeah. Right. All right.
All right. Let's see. Logan is falling asleep as he drives them towards North Dakota. Laura wakes him up and demands to drive. Logan won't let her. Laura points out that Logan is dying, and he wants it. He wants to die. Logan dozes off again. Laura takes the wheel and demands for him to rest. Later in the day, Laura sneaks out of the truck and takes the wheel as Logan sleeps. Logan wakes up the next day to a blazing hot sun. He gets out of the truck to find they have arrived in North Dakota. Laura calls for him to follow her. Logan collapses. Again, he like passes out so much in this movie.
Yeah, he does. He's just like, I need my naps. I don't have my naps.
Yeah.
Okay. Logan is hauled up the cliffside by the occupants of Eden, the children. He passes out again and wakes up later in a room in Eden. The kids are treating him, cutting his facial hair with scissors. It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want kids like coming at me with scissors like that in my face.
Nope.
But sure. Logan gets mad at the kids for using a mutant growth hormone on him. He tells them not to use it anymore. Later, Laura visits Logan. She confronts him about the adamantium bullet he keeps on him. And we can assume that that's the same one that he got shot with by Stryker. He just kept it, after all these years. He tells her he keeps it as a means to kill himself. Laura admits to Logan that she has also hurt people, but they were bad people. Logan tell that to the nice gas station guy you were going to kill. If you killed him, then you would have nothing to back up your claim. So be careful.
True.
Anyway, Logan knocks out and Laura takes the bullet from him.
Okay, so here's where I had the notes. So yeah, Richter was cloned from Alexander Petros is Avalanche's name, and Chris Bradley is Bolt's name. There you go. All right.
And I remember when I watched this, I was like, could he be killed by the adamantium bullet because he survived it last time? But I think because of the way his powers have degenerated and his heals slower, things have got more effect on him, it probably would kill him this time around.
Yeah, I was wondering that too, because he did get shot through the head with an adamantium bullet multiple times and lives. So
yeah, it
calls into question if it could kill a stronger, younger Wolverine, which we'll have to talk about later.
I had that's my note. Cause I'm like see this Logan, as we say it, I can see it, but other one questionable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The next day, the kids snip Logan's beard while he's sleeping. Logan wakes up all pissy. Yep, there it is. Richter tells Logan he was out for 2 days. Richter goes out to lead the kids. Logan follows him. Richter tells Logan they are leaving at dawn the next day to cross the border to a safe haven. Later, Richter shows Laura the path through the woods they're going to take. Richter offers Logan money for helping Laura, but Logan refuses it. That was nice. That was a very Han Solo moment.
Yeah, he's like, keep it. You need it more than me. Because, you're trying to survive. You're trying to live. You're going to need that money. So, That night, Logan watches the kids gather around a campfire. Marshmallows and all I wish. Laura comes to see him. She doesn't like the idea of Logan going out on his own. Logan tells Laura he's lousy and is no good to anyone. Laura gets frustrated and goes outside. The next morning, Logan wakes up to a bottle of mutant growth serum from Richter. It looks like Listerine. It's been left for him to doctor himself back to full health. But they say, don't take the full thing. Logan finds the kids have left, but he sees drones and trucks following them. Logan heads out on foot to catch up to the kids.
So they don't really go into it here, but in the comic, the mutant growth hormone was extracted from mutants. They had to hurt the mutants to get this. So I wonder if that was part of the experiments that was going on.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the kids are running through the woods looking for a place to hide. Logan struggles to catch up to them, but it's too late. The men have already started nabbing the kids. Logan, now breathless, takes the serum. It revitalizes him. The kids use their powers to hold their own against the bad men. It gives Logan enough time to heal and catch up. He starts killing jackasses. Pierce and his men head out to find Logan. They come across Richter and shoot him, taking him captive. But luckily, it's like not fatal.
Yeah. The men catch up to Laura and surround her. Logan comes in and stabs the men with Laura's help. They easily dispatch their attackers. Laura notices Logan took the full vial of meds, but it's wearing off. The Reavers and Dr. Rice take the remaining children captive. Logan tells Laura to go to the other kids, but wait for his signal. Logan hobbles up to the Reavers. They threaten Logan's life and the life of the children if he doesn't comply. Dr. Rice reveals that he has been looking for ways to control mutantity and to cure it. Logan shoots Rice and Pierce. Laura attacks the Reavers. Yeah. So I love that. He's like, I think I know your father. I think I killed your father. He's like, oh, yeah, I think you did. And here he doesn't have time to let him finish his villain speech. He's like, no, like it's not about you. I don't care about you.
Yeah, I don't care. That's nice, buddy.
Yeah.
Pierce sets free X-24. Clogan. Logan and Clogan erupt into battle. Laura enters the fight and attacks Clogan. Pierce pierces Logan's leg with a harpoon, trapping him. The other kids come to Logan's aid. They trap Pierce and slowly kill him. Richter throws a tanker truck at Hulk Clogan. Logan shoos the kids away as Clogan recovers. Clogan stabs Logan and Laura takes action. She grabs a gun and loads it with the adamantium bullet. As Clogan wails on Logan, Laura shoots Clogan through the head, killing him. Oh. So this is what we were talking about. Would it kill him?
Right. Yeah, right. I mean, like, it blew like half of his face off, which seems almost dramatic. Like, I don't know. Was it that explosive?
Yeah, because when it shot Logan in Origins, it just was a hole in his head.
Right. So yeah, I don't know if I buy it.
I don't buy it.
Yeah. But yeah, I love how they get Pierce. Like all the kids like surround him. Like, I'm gonna use my plant powers on you and get you in the grass. I'm gonna shock you. I'm going to freeze you using all my powers on you.
I just realized. I wonder if the plant powers come from Black Tom Cassidy, who we see in Deadpool 2.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Interesting. And this is where Hulk Clogan like stabs. He throws Logan on the wood thing, and I'm guessing it doesn't go through. It like misses the rib cage because otherwise it probably would have stopped at the adamantium ribs. But it's been underneath, probably in the gut.
Mm-hmm.
So, ta-da. All right. Logan is impaled on a tree stump. Speaking of. He was impaled before they got shot. But yes, he's there.
Yeah.
Dying, bleeding out. Laura comes and cuts him free. I love this because she's like, and I cut you down. But he is in pretty bad shape. Logan tells her to take her friends and leave him. He tells Laura to never become the weapon they made her to be. Laura calls Logan Dad, which brings a smile to a dying Logan's face. He passes away, and Laura cries for him. The other kids come and watch the grisly scene. I have stuff.
Give me stuff.
Well, when she says things after after he's like she holds his hand too, because she learned that from the mannequins about what holding hand means. That's part of her learned relationship about a father and daughter kind of thing. But then she also starts quoting the movie that she watched with Xavier, the same exact words that were in that movie. She's regurgitating back because that's how she learned how to process this emotion.
Interesting.
Yeah. And in the script, I don't know how I found this out, but like in the little script of this movie, it says a flicker of wonder in Logan's eyes as he's dying. It says he looks at her with a flicker of wonder, which is interesting because Logan has lived a long time. There's not much that he wonders about. But looking at X-23, he has this child, wonder of a child, gives him something to be curious about and what will be the future like,
Mhm.
So that's a really cool thing. And Hugh Jackman does portray that in his interpretation acting here too. So yeah.
Yeah, very cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Laura and the other kids hold a wake for their fallen friend. Richter leads the other kids onward towards their safe place. Laura lags behind to remove the marker from Logan's grave. She turns it on its side into an X.
Yes. Much more of a tribute than a stupid cross. Of course, I'm not religious, but but I was like, make me an X any day.
Yeah. Cool. So a couple things real quick. So there was a canceled spinoff that Mangold started writing, X-23 spinoff that was canceled when Marvel purchased Fox. And just some key differences in Old Man Logan. What had happened is the villains got together and they were basically like, hey, what if we actually teamed up and fought all of the heroes? Like, what if we traded heroes and we just like killed them all? So basically, Mysterio, who Kevin really likes, went to Xavier's school and he made everybody look like villains so that Wolverine would go into a rage to protect everybody, and he killed all the villains before Mysterio took off the image, and it turned out Wolverine killed all the X-Men. So that's why Wolverine doesn't want to ever pop his claws again, because he killed all the X-Men accidentally.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it was Wolverine, not Xavier, who killed the X-Men. So he's living in exile with a wife and a child, just trying to live out his days. So that's why it was a little jarring to see like everything put on Xavier instead of Logan, I think, when I first saw this. It's a little fucked up because Bruce Banner and Jen Walters, who are cousins, are having a whole bunch of sex, and they have a whole bunch of babies who are not mentally sound because the genetics are too close. So there's a bunch of like mentally handicapped Hulks running around who hate Wolverine. And the reason why Logan goes into action is his wife and child are killed when he's away from home. And so he goes on the road with Hawkeye, who's come back to ask for his help. And they have to drive across country to find Dr. Doom, I think it was. Because basically after the bad guys killed all the heroes, they split the states into like territories. So there's like the Doom territory. I remember Emma had a territory, but she was like really old and like frail looking, but she kept making herself look young in people's minds so nobody would know that she's aged.
She's so good. That would be such a thing she does.
Yeah,
because she
like,
she wants to keep her youthful glow. That's how she is.
She doesn't want to look bad to anybody. And she doesn't like working with the villains, but it was like there's no alternative for her at the time. So she just kind of lives within their rule. But everything is much more farther along in the apocalyptic times. It's basically like Mad Max. There's like no order. But I see why this movie didn't go that far, because it wouldn't be believable that the world could get to that point in just 25 years.
Right. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. So that's your little like snippet of how they kind of translated it. And again, I get it. Old Man Logan only has Wolverine, no other X-Men characters, because they're all dead. So they couldn't have made that with this movie. And watching it again, I appreciate the changes they made. I appreciate more than anything Professor X's story. Like, they did so well with X in this movie.
They did.
All right, so tell us how you like this film and how you'd rate it. Britishly bitchin' like Emma, pretty cool like Iceman, Australian Wolverine, you kind of love it but kind of hate it, fat and sweaty like Jubilee, or unspeakable like X-Men Origins.
There's a lot of heart and a lot of effort that went into this movie. You can tell that they really had passion about this, and they wanted to tell a story that meant a lot to them and funnel for well to the characters. I still don't think it's my typical mood for a movie. It's a little I don't know, sad. It's a little hard to watch in places. Uh, and usually, I'm more fantastical in my movies. I like heart, but I also like a little bit more positivity. Maybe I don't know. So I guess maybe because it is kind of a downer in some ways. I'm gonna give it pretty cool, like yes, Iceman. But I think it is a very well executed, wonderful movie, and I know people would put it way up there at the top. So
Mhm. Well, I'm actually one of those people. I'm gonna give it Britishly
yeah.
Bitchin' Like Emma. I don't really know too many ways to make this movie better. It is definitely sad. Like you say, it's not something I'd always want to watch, but like it's a real look at what it would be like to be an ex superhero who's lost everything. Like it was very well
Mm-hmm.
written. And Laura is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of, who would you say is MXP?
Yeah, it's the X-23 show. She's been killing it the entire movie. Literally killing it. But, from half of the movie not saying a word, we talked about this. She has her character down. We get to see who she is. We know what she's going through, and yeah, she's the star of this movie. She does it really well. So
Yeah. I would echo that. Like she's the one who drives the story. She's the one who keeps Wolverine going. She's the reason for him doing anything in the movie. She's the one who insists that they go to Eden, even if she has to beat up Logan to do it. Like she's the one who
yeah,
drives the story.
yeah.
What would you say is the X factor?
I guess the X-Men philosophy of taking mutants, taking outsiders, and giving them a place to learn and grow and become better is a mantra of X-Men in general, and that this is showcasing that. We're taking these children who were abused and not loved and giving them the tools to succeed in the future. That's exactly what X-Men's all about.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Mine's similar. I think it's the whole like we see a lot of characters in X-Men go through losing the drive to keep going, losing the drive to
Yeah.
want to fight when it's for a world of people who are assholes towards them. And we really get that from Logan, but through X-23, we get this whole revitalization of that dream and like this desire to go on. So I think they just perfectly, there's the word, encapsulated that. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So for a previously on, which Fox character do you most want in the MCU? Do you want X-23? Do you want Magic, Psylocke, or Sabretooth? And this is specifically the Liev Schreiber Sabretooth.
Oh, so people we've already seen in previous movies. So if that same actor came back in the MCU,
Yes, yeah, because a lot of people have been saying they want Magic, who I just found out from the Oscars. Her name is, how do you say it?
Anya
Anya?
Taylor Joy. Mm-hmm.
Anya Taylor-Joy? You say it differently than I thought. Anya? Anya? I don't know.
Anya.
A lot of people
Anya.
want her back as Magic.
It's definitely between X-23 and Magic. I think it would be cool to see X-23, how she looks now, grown up. Because I did look at her Instagram, and she's very much a sexy little lady now. And Magic, I think, because I think she did such a good job in New Mutants, and the character is very witchy, and I like that too. So I think having her in there would be really fun, and then getting to see the whatever what plane does she go to? Whatever plane she goes to.
Limbo?
Limbo. Yeah, seeing to go back and forth between there is always exciting because you get to see a change of scenery and how different they can be, getting some Doctor Strange elements and stuff. So I'm gonna say Magic. I think, even though I think X-23 is a really close second.
Yeah, this is a hard one for me too. Same two characters. I think because
Yeah.
X-23 could fill the Wolverine role, and we
Yeah.
don't have to focus so much on Wolverine. We can get like fresh blood. So she has that to show. But Magic, yeah, she has limbo, and Anya like captured her so well. She had the look, she had the attitude. I like the hint that, because I mean, in my mind, in my head canon, the way she played it, it shows that as a child she was stuck in the hell dimension and didn't get the formative years of her life, so that's why she acts like a brat. So I think I want to say magic, just because that reason too. And I love her as an actress. I think she's great. I can't wait to see her as Furiosa.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, cool. So next up, we have X-Men 97! Ah!
OMG 97. It's here after all this time of talking about it since the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah, which is why we started this podcast, because I went to the announcement of X-Men 97 at WonderCon.
Yeah.
So Sexy Xies, just know that during the run of X-Men 97, things may be working a little differently just because we're on a tight schedule to bring you those episodes. We only have 2 days to like fully record, edit, and do images. So we may do some bonus episodes, maybe with some people that Kevin has booked to be on the show. And then we'll do some bonus episodes for the comics as those release. Those release in like 1 month intervals. So those are going to go well beyond the show. So yeah, just, look for bonus episodes, look for extra releases during this next 10 weeks. Kevin and I are excited to take a break from the movies because it's a lot of work to do these movies.
Movies were long. Movies were, before it was just like, we'll just take a bit longer to watch, but it really is so time consuming.
Yeah. So, but we will finish out the last 4 movies again after X-Men 97 airs. We're not quitting on you. We're here for the whole run.
And X-Men 97 in real time, so we're not going to have a lot of time to process it. We just have to like watch it and react like immediately. So
I know. I plan on watching it once just to watch it, just to like see it and experience it, and then watch it again and actually like write up the show.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, so many exciting things.
Yeah. Where can people find you?
Yes, you can find me on my personal Instagram, KJEEZY87, KGZ87. We had just cast the Charmed musical, so Shawn is playing the narrator in it. I'm very excited. So you have a lot to say, and we're gonna start recording that, and it'll be coming out. Oh my god, the fun!
That's so exciting. I'm so proud of you that you've actually been able to like put this thing together, get it cast, like help write the music, write the script. Like, you're amazing.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know I had it in me, really, but it all came very natural. Probably because I know Charmed so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And you can find me on Instagram under Shawn Porrette. You could find all my projects there. And hopefully I should have kind of a break from school in a little bit. So hopefully I can get some new stuff out there. But it'll be on my Instagram.
Woohoo!
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Sexy Xies for X-Men 97. Did I mention X-Men 97? It's X-Men 97.
Sexy Xies! Bye! I'm so excited.
Bye.